Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. Former First Lady Michelle Obama targets women who voted for Donald Trump. Mrs. Obama spoke at the United States of Women Summit, and this is what she said about women voters. Take a look.
Sorry, in light of this last election, I'm concerned about us as women and how we think about ourselves and about each other and what's really going on. I mean, I think more about what is going on in our heads where we let that happen.
Well, let me tell you what's going on in our heads. The unemployment rate for women is at a historic low. The unemployment rate for black women also at a historic low. It's easier now to find a job than the entire 8 years your husband was president. Let me tell you where our mind is. You tell us, your husband told us, Hillary Clinton told us, you champion women's choice, you said. Then you want to take away from us women the choice to use a firearm to defend ourselves from sexual assault. 200,000 times a year, women use a gun to protect ourselves from sexual abuse. But that is not a choice you respect. The only choice you respect is your choice. 30 million unborn women have been aborted since Roe v. Wade. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama celebrated abortion up until the moment before birth. 80% of women in America think that's abhorrent and want to make late-term abortion illegal. This president protects those women in utero. Mrs. Obama goes on.
I do wonder, what are young girls dreaming about if we're still there, where when the most qualified person running was a woman, and look what we did instead. I mean, that says something about where we are. You know, I forget everybody else. That's what we have to explore, because if we as women are still suspicious of one another, if we still have this crazy bar for each other that we don't have for men, if we're still doing that today, if we're not comfortable with the notion that a woman could be our president compared to what?
Okay, yeah, let's explore why we women, nearly 50% of women in our nation, voted for President Trump. Why we women were suspicious of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton lied. She lied about having a private email server. She lied about sending and receiving classified information. She lied about lying. She lied about Benghazi. She knew it was a terror attack, but she told us it was a protest due to an Islamophobic YouTube video. Hillary Clinton sold favors when she was Secretary of State. She lied about the Clinton Foundation. She destroyed Haiti. She exploited the African AIDS epidemic. She was fired from the Watergate trial team. She called young black men super predators. If you call that a crazy bar, if that is too high of a standard to have a problem with a woman who is best known for submarining the lives of the women her husband dallied with, then I think you're right. We do need to have a conversation with ourselves as women. See, the thing is, and this is something Mrs. Obama doesn't seem to get, we women who voted for President Trump didn't vote because of our genitalia. We voted because we don't want to be part of a party that stomps around in pink hats and tells pro-life women we're not real women. We're pro-life, pro-job, pro-gun, pro-God, pro-constitution, pro-woman. The most important issues to us, our women's issue, isn't free birth control. We care about the economy, healthcare, national security, border security, our First Amendment right to free speech, freedom of religion, our Second Amendment right to bear arms, and liberty and justice for all. I, and people like me, fundamentally reject the small-minded idea that any group of people, whether it's women, whether it's black Americans, whether it's working class people, or the LGBTQ community, should vote a certain way as a mindless mass simply because of an immutable characteristic. That's insulting. And that, Mrs. Obama, is what Hillary Clinton offered to us women. Are you really surprised that we rejected her? And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.